Hi everyone, it's Kay from the Paper Shed. Thanks for popping on and joining me today. Hope you're all doing well. If you're new, then welcome aboard and thanks for joining us. If you are a subscriber already and you're joining me again, then thanks for popping back. This is part 2 of our Let's Make Some Easy Teacher Gifts. We made this notebook, hardcover notebook in the last one. It's got one spine in the middle, and that's going to hold a policy envelope. And we're going to put a notebook on this side, and we're going to just put some pockets on this side with a post-it notebook. So, and a pen, hopefully. So what I've decided to do, I was doing a Christmas one, but I don't do Christmas stuff, to be honest. So what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Tim Holtz. Now, this is the first time that I'm using my Tim Holtz papers, and it's quite worrying. I'm sort of liking it and sort of not. And I know you all feel my pain. I know you do. I just can't bear to actually cut it up. I have actually got this in the paper and in the material, so I thought I'd just cover my spine for it, just for something a little different. I wanted to change the original feature up, and now I can't find one to show you because I've cleared things away. So this is what I've decided to do. So what I'm going to do today in part 2 is we're just going to get the covers on. It's just going to be a bit of a quickie. I'm going to get the covers on, and I might make the envelope. I'll just see what sort of time I've got. So I'm just going to stick this down. And you'll probably all call me crazy because when I stick material down, I actually like to use my glue stick. And I've tried lots of glues in the past. And I was having a mad go at doing loads of covers for just for some journals with material, and I have actually sewn around this, and this was one that I actually made with a glue stick, and it's gone on amazing. I've got no bubbles or bumps in the material at all. It's fitted onto my spine without it being you know, funny on the edge, especially with it being a full wraparound. And I put this on the inside with normal Fabric, and it was a very sheer. It is a silky type fabric, and it was very sheer. And I just don't like the look of it. It looks grubby and dirty. And I know sometimes we like that in a journal. It's not going to stop me from using it, but I couldn't believe how well that stuck with glue stick. So I'm going to actually use glue stick. So it's a very cheap glue stick. It's a Q-Connect. This is the company that I used to work for a few years ago now. And yeah, I find it fine. I used to get them extremely cheap, you see. So I'm literally just gonna get plenty of this glue stick on there and glue it down. I don't know which is my top, but that's fine. So I'm just gonna put that on. I'm hoping that I've done that about right. Am I? Yeah, that's not far off. And I'm literally just gonna do that. If I need to just trim those top and bottom, I'll do that later. I just want to make sure that the edges are done as well. edges. I'm not so bothered about this edge because I'm going to put paper over it. So yeah, I was really impressed with it, to be honest, and it's gone on really nice. I do that, and then I open it, and we do get a crease because it's not dry. So I'm going to leave that to dry for a minute, she says as she starts pulling it off. I'm going to leave that to dry for a minute. I think I'm going to have this on there, and I'm not measuring anything. I'm just going to go with the I don't know how far I need that one to go, so just get it up there. Just want a little bit of a border, not much. You do whatever it is that you prefer. Leave a bigger border if you prefer. Cover the whole thing if you prefer. So I'm just going to cut that one out. So yeah, I have already inked all the way around. So for those that are following along, you need to do that first. That's quite good. Let me just see what that looks like on the bed. That's perfect. That's fine. So when you bend it before it dries, you just get a crease in the material. There we go. Okay, so now we want this piece to go on the back, and that is there. So if we put that one there, okay, we should just need to cut that off. Okay, so we've got that left, but that may do a pocket on the inside, so we won't put those away just yet. Yeah, I like that. What do you think? That's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm just going to ink around the edges. I am just using walnut stain. Haven't opened my new one yet. So I'm just going to carry on with my old one for a little while. Okay, that's that one, and then that's that one, and then we're going to get those glued down. Okay, so they're done. So I'm just going to glue those ones down. Oh, see, this is why I don't like it. Oh, this is why I didn't really want to use it. What's that side look like? Oh, see, that's nice too. We've got this little bit here. Oh, what to do? Oh, so sad. No, we're going to stay with what we thought initially. Okay, so I'm just using Kalal for this because it just gives you a bit of wiggle room and you can get it straight. I'm just going to burnish that down. Let's see if that's about right there. I don't know why. That's it. There we go. Oh, that's going to make a nice journal. I will have to cut those bits off a little bit. We'll do that later. Right, so we're going to do the inside. And I don't know what to use. I've put them somewhere. Okay, let's just have a quick look. Yes, I still need to cover those and those. I need to remember that I've got to put a pen thing in there. So this one does actually get covered up quite a bit. I do like that. I might want that though for that. I think that'd be nice there. So let's just go with something else. Oh, see, but that's even nicer. Oh, it's so hard to use. This is why I've never used it. I've never used it because I just want to keep it. I don't want to use it. Oh, look. I don't know whether that goes with that. That's got a bit on. I might have to use that for that. We'll use, which one shall we use for the background? Oh, that one's easy to use, isn't it? Oh, but look what's on the back. Oh my God. Why is it so hard? Oh, right. What are we going to do? We're going to do 2 pieces for those sides first. I'm going to use this one because that's the least favourite out of the ones that I've got. So I'm just going to do the same here. I just want to mark those. There and there. So again, I'm just going to go off and cut that. So I've got that piece for there. Perfect. And then we'll, I could put that over the other side, and then that one on. I can cut this one now, and that will work that side, won't it? So, yeah, about there. And then if you put that up to there. And I should be able to put this on the little one. Okay, so So we've got that one and that one for there. Then this side has got to have a tall pocket up here, and this one's having a smaller pocket down there. We want that in some nice contrast. Nice contrast. Oh, look at that. That's quite nice, isn't it? That's going to be my little pocket. But I need a post-it. It's not going to be pink. Yeah, it might be pink, but at the moment it's not going to be pink. So yeah, that one will look all right. So that's about the right size. So we can put that one on there. And then this one needs a much taller pocket. So at the moment I have used 2 sheets. I'm going to need that one. It is 4 sheets you need. I'm going to use I don't like that. It's mainly covered up anyway, this is, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I might just cut it about here. So I'll cut it on that line. And then that has to be as wide as that. But I want to make an inch gusset on there. So you're going to need to measure it. 1, 2, 3. So you need to do 6 3/8. So what you're going to do now is we need to make a gusset. So I'm just going to do 1/2 inch that end. I'll make sure. So I want to do it there. So if you just do that one there. And then I'm just going to put on a little one on the bottom. 1/2 inch on the bottom. Okay. So we do what we normally do. Would that be better? That's prettier though, isn't it? Oh, I don't know now. It's fine. Right, so we're just gonna do the corners. So that's that pocket done. And then I'd like to keep that at the bottom because I just think it finishes it off. So I'm probably just going to do the edge on this one. And it is quite over. So that's the edge. What size of it is that? 1/2 inch. So it's just slightly over. I can just do 1/2 inch this side. And I'll do 1/2 inch that. No, I won't. And then I'm gonna just measure that so that I can get it dead on. And you can cut that a little bit off. Okay. I'll just cut that with the scissors. No, you have to do both ends, both sides. because I want to keep that bit, I'm not putting a gusset at the bottom. So I'm just going to stick that there. But I want these because I want it to be a full width of that. So let's just get rid of some bits, what we don't need. Let's just burnish those in. Do that one. Do that one. So I'm just going to ink these and then I will be back. Okay then, so I'm back. I've inked around everything and we're just going to put those and get those attached. I've also done the middle bit and prepped a little bit, but I will go through it and explain it all. See, I like that, I do. Oh, it's nice, isn't it? At least covering it all up anyway, so yeah, just stick with it, Kay. Stick with it. Okay, so that's looking nice now. What do you think? See, this has dried lovely, look. And when you open it up, there's no creases in the material. So you're using this other stuff. Did I just see that? I've just seen that coming up. Just make sure that that's glued down properly, because we've got to put a yeah, so what we want to do over this, because we want to put this in here, that's where that's going. Okay, and I'll tell you what size these are, because I bought a pack of 10 when I had them from work. They're 12.5 centimetres. 12.5 centimetres, I don't normally do centimetres, by 23 centimetres, and in inches it's just off. Maybe it's meant to be 5. So they're about 5 by 8. So 5 by 8 card. What we're going to need is we're just going to need a little, that's too small. If I've got a piece that will fit, I'll use it, but if not, I'll cut it off this one. Sort of want it to match though. Matchy. No, I'm going to cut a piece off this because this is what's on the front. And now that we've done the majority of the pockets, I mean, we could put a pocket on the back of here. That might be an idea. So if you use this bit, so I'm just going to cut bang on there. And it doesn't matter how wide it is, because what we're going to do is we're just going to create it and go over the... Oh, where did I put my mark now? Don't know why I do. Oh, I've done it at the bottom, that's why. Looking at the top for it, and I've actually done it at the bottom. Here we go. So yeah, it's just under the 5-inch mark. And then what we're going to do then is we want it to sit on the front of here, just to that first line there, because that'll help you get your straight piece. And then we're going to make the first one, and then we're going to go over and make the second one. Okay, and what we're going to do, you can keep the whole bit on or you can cut it down. It's entirely up to you. I'm just going to crease those in a little bit better than that. Okay, and then the other one was there. Just make sure that both sides are straight. There we go. And then this piece here then gets stuck onto your little notepad. That should follow your line, so that would make that straight, and then that would go directly into there. And we've now forgotten to put the pen holder in, because I was rushing to put that paper on. I don't think I'll be able to get it up. I don't know though. We want it to be about here. Yeah, I've got it open, so that's fine. So let me just stick this on for now. I'm just going to put the whole thing on. I'm not going to bother cutting it down. Just because it will just be easier to do that. And then flap around. Okay, so I want it on there, and now I want to push it down onto my pad and line it up. Okay. I'm just going to burnish that bit. Okay, that's cool. So before we do anything else, because I have got a piece of this left here, I'm going to fold it in half. Let's just see if this works. So I'm going to fold it in half, which needs to be glued together. You don't actually need it that big, so we'll just make it first. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over like that. Yeah, so what we're going to do is just create this little notch. Yeah, I don't know if I need it to be that thick, although I want it to be strong. So yeah, and then that would go in here. Where I've made the hole for it, that then would get pushed into there, and this would then become your pen holder, and it's just paper, but it is sturdy enough for this. Okay, so we know that works, and we're going to glue it all together. Now I've just used a scrap piece of paper. You can do the same. You can cut it off if you want to. I'm probably going to cut it off. Just because I don't know whether it needs to be as sturdy as that. I just don't know whether it'll be strong enough. No, I need to do it again, don't I, still? So let's just glue this together now. Okay. So we're just gluing that together now. Making sure it's all level and stuck. You do get glue all over your hands. You can do that, or you can use a piece of elastic. I did buy some elastic actually the other day, but I don't know whether to use it or not. No, that's going to be okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue this together. I probably should have just held off for a minute. I'm just going to put a clip on it just to hold it so that I get it all level in there, and I can make sure that that's rounded. You just have a play with it. You can, you know, all you're doing really is just making a hole. Now that's probably going to need a little bit more, or a higher up piece. That's better. You can always test it at this point with a pen, any sort of pen. See, that's way too big. Yeah. The thing is, you can't always get these pencils in. Oh, that's okay though. So that's okay. You don't want it to be too, don't want it to be too tight, but again, on the same token, you don't want it to be too loose either. So we're looking for a hole about that big, so big. And what we're going to do is, when this is actually glued, we're going to cut the excess off, because we don't need all that in your book. I'm just going to cut that bit off. Then I'm going to use the art glitter for the next bit, because what I want to do, I want to make sure that that sticks down there when I come to put it in the book. Oh, so it hasn't stuck anyway. Okay. All right. Now I made a hole, didn't I, just here? Obviously, it's better to do this before rather than after, but I'm sure, as you can appreciate, I'm pulling it down because I don't want it to be above the lip of that pocket. I just want to be able to do it like that. Just straighten it up. Just make sure. What we can do to just help that along a bit is put a bigger clasp on it. Just to help it along a bit. So we'll put that on in a minute. So what I've got now is I've got 2 more pieces of craft card. What I did is I cut it, the policy envelope is what I'm doing. That's your policy envelope. This is your page. So for your page, this is the page that is going to go in the centre here. You need a 6, I think it's a 6. Let's just measure it just to make sure. So it's a 5 by 8 1/4, and then we want a 9 1/4 because you want 2 lips, and by 5 again. And what we're going to do is we're going to glue that lip onto there, and we're going to glue that lip onto the inside of there, and then that's going to create your page that you need for this part here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I couldn't ink it beforehand because I wasn't sure whether I needed to cut any off, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue these 2 sides on. Now I am going to just take off the or mite the corners, just because it will just give you a better finish, and it will probably stop things from catching on the inside when you come to pop it on your spine that we've created. So I'm just going to glue one side, and I'm going to add that to this. Okay. There you go, that's perfectly straight. And then this one is going to do the same. I'm slightly short, I don't know why. Okay, well we'll just run with it, it's fine. I just have to make sure though that once that's closed, that will sit in there. Oh, good stuff. Yeah, that will. That's fine. So now we're going to do this side. I've moved me glass thing. I'm having real problems with my desk at the moment. I can't sort of get my head around how I want to work. It's either too slippy, or I just don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. I took my old one off because it just looked so messy on screen. And so I've took that off and I've cut it in half, thinking that I'd be able to use it like that, and I don't like it, so that's that gone. I haven't thrown it away though. I have just I'm just going to trim. There's a slight difference in size for some reason, but I'm just going to rectify it by cutting along that edge and taking that little bit off. Then what we're going to do, I'm not putting this on until I've done the envelope, but I need you just to see what I mean when I come to put this in. So if I do it like this, look, when you've got these mitered corners here, you can fit it in. And the reason we cut it above the score line is so that that can't go any further down. Doesn't matter how hard you push, you can't actually push it down too far. That then gets glued on, and then your page will work perfectly inside. So that is why you cut above your score line. If you cut it further down, you see, this would just go and carry on right down to the bottom. And if you get glue in your score line, this would just be a pain to maneuver. So it's always best to do it above it, and then you know that when you come to put your page on, it will literally not go too far down. You do have to get it straight if you haven't got your miters right, but it's trial and error, and you can just play around with it and see how you go. I mean, that's the perfect size for that. The other one was smaller. I put a smaller spine in and I didn't use the full page, so I had mine down here in the other one and made a smaller envelope, but I'm going to do a bigger envelope. And the reason I'm going to do it is because when I come to put my envelope on, that's going to sit this side, and then this side there's going to be a pocket, but I'm going to leave that open as a secret pocket. And that's what I'm going to do. So the next two pieces that we need, so I'm just going to leave that to dry with the pen holder in, is I want to do the policy holder that goes on top. So this is going to be fitted on the top of this. So I have cut a piece 6 3/4 by 6. I've scored it at half inch all the way around 3 sides. And then I've done this one, and I haven't cut it because I wanted you to see it. So what I did, I've made this too short. Well, I haven't made it too short. You can't make it too short. It's a bit too short for me. What I didn't allow for was this bottom. And what I'm thinking at the moment is I might do it the same as I've just done the pocket and not do that, because it makes this part really long, and that's the bit that needs to be covered over. So you have to come down when you're creating the flap for your envelope. You need to come down past this. So if I leave the ½ inch in, my piece comes down to there. So it makes this part before this too long. I just think it won't look right. I mean, it may look okay because it's a narrow, long envelope, and so it might actually look okay, but I'm just not feeling it. So I think I am going to do that. I'm going to cover this card anyway, so it doesn't matter. So all I'm going to use is my 2 side pieces, and I'm going to leave this in as flat. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to use this, but I'm going to make my marks higher so that my marks are coming from here. So you can choose whichever. You can have a half and half if you want to. You can have a really long flap and or 2 flaps. You could have flipped flaps on here or anything you wanted, because your page at the moment is there for creating on. So if you wanted your envelope on the front and you wanted some flip flaps on the back, you would just make your flip flaps and add them now. So you could make your flip flaps on the back or the front, or however you want to do it. So I think I'm going to do that. This is simple enough. It's 6 3/4 by 6. If you wanted to include this as an extra, you need to make that 7 1/4. So it should be 7 1/4 by 6. Okay, I think that's right. Yeah, see, it's 6 3/4. But if you wanted the extra ½ inch for your gusset, for your pocket, then you need to make it 7 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to do my lines there. Okay, and then this is going to go on, and now you can either put it on the inside once you've mited it. So you can feed it on the inside if you want to. I'm going to put mine on the top. So I'm going to do mine like so, and that's going to get fitted onto there. I don't want to fit it yet because we've got something to do beforehand. So now I just need to, that's where it's coming to. I've got my piece, my score line, and that's folded because that's going to go on the top of here. So I just need to know where this comes to. So that's where the line is. Okay, you're going to need to just cover it. So I want it to start about there. So what I'm going to do is, to get a straight line, I just find it easier to do it this way. So I do that, I butt it up against there because that's easy enough, and then that goes there, and I follow whatever line that falls on, and that's my straight line. Okay, so that's where your this is where your V shape will come into from your lip. So just to make that more understandable, I'm going to take that out because now we've replaced it with something else. So the middle is again the same. Just to make sure that I've got it square, I'm just going to come up there. So I've made the middle marks. I've left the marks so that it helps you sort of understand, I hope. Because what we really need, we just need a mark for the middle so that we know that we're coming down from here to there. So I'm just going to get the smaller ruler, and all I'm going to do, I'll move this because we don't need that now. So all I'm actually going to do is I'm going to come from there, and I'm going to come to the middle of this dot here. Okay. And this is how you create your V with your enough depth here to create your envelope. And then the same for here. So I'll get to where that starts and do that. So what we need to cut out now, okay, so I've rubbed my lines out just so there's no confusion on screen. And then all you need to do is you just need to cut this side out. Now you can use your cutter if you want to. It's just as easy to use your scissors. turn that round and cut that side. Okay, and then what we have then, let's put that away, is we have your lip for here to make your policy envelope. So if you just get your page, this is going to go on here. This is going to go on the top of there, and that's how that's going to look. So what we're going to do now is we're going to attach it and ink it up. Okay, so we're all inked up. Now I'm just going to attach that to there and attach that to there. But what I want to do, I think, I haven't inked in there. It's in the papers, isn't it, that I need to do that? I keep forgetting. So, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to use art glitter, which I've not put my thing back in. Come on, come on. You know you wanna. You know you want to. Let's see if that's got it working. And down here. So make sure that I've got none on the underside of there. And I just want to do that along there. It doesn't matter which side this is on. So we're just going to pop that down on that side. Pop it across to there. I did say at the beginning this was going to be quick, but I think I've gone on a bit too much. But it is possible to do these in about an hour. So we're going to put this onto here now, and I think I'm going to do it from, I'm not going to put it over the top, I'm going to put it underneath, so I'm attaching it that way. So, and the reason for that is just really bulk. So I'm just going to give that a good lick down, and just turn that around, and then I'm just going to line that up with the top and the sides. And I'll burnish that in. Okay. Right then, so that's ready now to decorate. And as I said, that's going to go on like that. And I'm going to leave this one as a pocket, whereas I didn't before, I glued it up. We're going to have some decorative paper and a pocket on the back of there. So that's just decoration now. This I can probably fit in here. So what we do with this is when you come to do pop it into your notepad, if you just cut about an inch off the bottom, just so that when you pop it in here, it doesn't have to go all the way down before it, there you go, so that you can place it rather than it be stuck. So So there's that. There's your pen holder ready. So that's coming on nice. Okay, liking it. So we're going to decorate this, and I'm going to decorate the envelope with this, I think. So I'd have to cut that raggedy edge off. I don't know why it's so hard to get these out of the pad. First time I've tried it, so I was just a bit surprised. Okay, so I've just trimmed the top off just a little bit, just to give me a better idea of how I'd like it to look. So yeah, so I want to cut that piece there. That'll be quite nice. Yeah, I like that. It's nicely decorated then, and then you don't have to do too much to it. So I'm just going to mark that there. I want to leave a very small border all the way around, like we did with the other papers. So that's being cut there and there for the body. Then I want to cut a piece from this to go on the back of here. And I want to use this piece. So I'm going to use that as my line for here. And I just need to cut off that little bit there. And then I need to cut off just a little bit there. So yeah, I'm just going to cut those. Okay, so I'm back. So I've inked those ones. So this one can go directly on because it's not in a hindrance or anything, and we don't need anything on that side. This one then is going to go on here, but I want it that way with that label at the bottom. Yeah, so that can go on that way. Then I was thinking that I might use this for that. I'll do it that way, maybe it'll be the right. That's it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that right up there in line with where it's meant to be on the page, and then I'm going to do my V there. And then what I'm going to do with that is I am going to cut it out this side of the line. So I'm going to cut the line off of the paper, and I'm going to do the same there. So you're not cutting on the line, you're just cutting slightly off the line, so that when you come to put it on here, you've got a slight border all the way around. So that'll be good. So that's quite good. But what we have to do is we have to determine now where we want our brads to be, our closure buttons to be, I should say. So I need to get a couple of I think as it's Tim Holtz, I think we'll use the sort of this colour. Is that the same colour as that? No, it is. We'll use those two. Okay, so we want a couple of circles. Now, I don't really want, that one could have one of these on it. Yeah. And I like to put two together. And then on this part, we want some sort of, I've got some thinner pieces, I think, somewhere. Here we go. So I want something like this. So we're going to stick a couple of those together. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get, no, that's way too small. That's the next size up, is that it? Okay, so this one will give me a little. Now you can do this out of anything, so I'm just going to do it out of a small piece of card. And all I want is 2 of these as well. And this is a 3/4 inch. And you just want 4 of those. Okie dokie. And then we're just going to glue those together. That's not quite the middle, so to just correct it, I'm just going to make another hole next to it where I think it needs to be, and then you've got wiggle room then with your brad. So if you do get it slightly off the middle, just make your hole a bit bigger, and then you can wiggle that into place when you know, which would be really good. So that's what I usually do anyway. That one's actually not too bad. So we've got those ready now, and what we want to do is we want to decide on here where you want to have your closure buttons before we put it down. So this one's going on top, and it's definitely going to come up the middle of there. So we're just going to mark it to about here. Just eyeball it. It doesn't really matter. And then while you've got it on that, get that fairly straight. I'm trying to follow it with the words to make it straight, and I want that one to be about here. So I'm just going to mark that one there. Then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a hole where they need to be. Poke that through. So we've got that one there. I'm going to poke that through then, make sure you've got it properly laid down. But see, you've got space now under there because you've put those extra circles underneath. It's only small space, but it does actually make a difference. And then we can actually attach this now, and your book will be finished. So I'm going to glue it on here. I'm not using that. I'm going to use art glitter for this, because once it's in place, I just want it to dry. I don't want it to be too manoeuvrable. You want to just do the edge as well on these. Don't go too far down where it may sort of stick to there. You want to do that on both sides. Just do a little bit down here, and then do the same on this side. As I said, you haven't got to be meticulous about this because it's a very light thing. It's not going to have or be any weight to it, so you don't really need to be too meticulous. And then what we do is we open it up. If you didn't want the pocket, and you wanted to, I've chosen it because it's easier to do on camera this way. If you wanted the pocket closed, you would leave this open. So you would leave a gap where you didn't glue, and then that would be what would fit onto here. It's a lot harder to maneuver it into place, because you've got to make sure that you get it in the right place straight away. There we go. So we've got that either side, and now we're just going to press that in. Leave it standing so that you can see your score line there and there. Yeah. Okay. So put it on standing first, and then and there you have it. Apart from, I'm going to put this green one on because I think it looks better with that colour. And all I would actually do is just get some glue all over that first one, or should I say the last one. So this is the sticky side. It's normally got a back on, but I've pulled these off of something else, so because I haven't got any to hand. So it normally got a white back on those, and then you just slide that into place. Make sure that it's level. There you go. Really pop that down. And there you have a lovely notebook. Now you could do the front, you could put a pocket on the back, you could go crazy if you wanted to. Oh, we forgot our pocket, haven't we? So we've actually got a spare pocket there now. But we forgot to put the pocket on here. So we're going to quickly just do that. I've got a piece that is similar, and I don't really want to use that. What else have I got? Oh, I've got this, look. I was going to do that on the back, wasn't I? I want to keep that for the back. What else have we got? We've got some other bits. Nothing big enough for a pocket. No, that could just be what goes in the pockets. We're going to have to use this one. And I think what I'll do is I'll just use this part here. So I'm going to cut around that. And it needs to be, it doesn't need to be a gusseted pocket. You need to keep the thing down. So I'm just going to cut that out, and then we'll get that glued on. I'm just going to put this on, leave this ticket on, because I just think it's nice. And it's got a nice pop of red on it. And then go along there. Now you can put any shape of pocket on here or on the back. It's entirely up to you. So I'm just going to stick that on like so. I've got this little thing here, so you could pop something like that in. You could put one on the back as well. So in the next one of the teacher gifts, I think I'm going to do a notebook that flips up. I think that should be quite quick. Oh, I cut it down a little bit too short. Never mind. There we go. And have we got any little bits? We've got a piece there that can go in there. So there you have it. So you could make something for the top. So that's it. So we've got our, I will cut these down as well, just a little bit. So we've got our fabric spine. We've got a nice book, sturdy book, pen holder. We've got post-it notes and a pocket here. We've got an envelope there with a secret pocket here and another pocket there, and then our notebook. another pocket on the back, and that makes a lovely, gorgeous gift for a teacher, because I can guarantee you they will use it. So in the next one, I'm thinking of making one that flips up, so it's like a little proper little notebook like these. And it's just a cover to fit one of those with a little pen holder and a couple of pockets on it. And again, you've got a nice little gift. That one will be quite quick because we haven't got to faff around with the spine and everything. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks so much for watching. Do comment, let me know what you think. If you do make one, then please post it so that we can all have a look. That would be great. I love to see everybody's makes. And yeah, so I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.